Hi guys, welcome. I'm Siddharth and you're watching Gully Cricketer. Once again, I come to you on the eve of a test match, a pink ball test match this time, the second test match between India and Australia in Gavaskar Trophy 24-25, which starts tomorrow, Friday, 9:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time. And it's coming from Adelaide Oval in Adelaide, South Australia. And things are like lining up nicely. Shots have been fired across the bow by media, especially more than anything else from both sides. And look, things are looking real exciting. I can't wait for tomorrow. So let's get started. So first and foremost, Australia has the most experience playing ping ball test matches. They have played the most amount of ping ball test matches, and every year there is one ping ball test match in Australian summer. Most of the times it's at Adelaide, sometimes it's at Brisbane at Gabba. At Adelaide, Australia has played 7-1, all seven of them. Last time we were there, that infamous 36 all out happened. But thing to remember is before that 36 all out, we were actually on top. We won the toss, elected to bat. That famous run out of Virat Kohli's by Jinkar Rahane. But yeah, still we got around to 41, if my memory serves me right, and we bowled them out for 180. And at that time, we had around 50 runs lead, and from there everything fell apart. The 36 run all out happened, which Ravi Shastri termed like that day. We didn't miss anything. Whatever batsmen were playing, they were either nicking them or getting bowled or LBW. So, any which is, Australia has a great record at Adelaide. There is no denying that. And tomorrow, I think the toss is also going to be important because of the 7 times that Australia has won, 4 times they have won batting first, 3 times they have won batting second. But thing to remember is whenever they've won the toss, they have always chosen to bat first. So I think batting first is a distinct advantage in the sense that it's a ping ball test. So even if you get bowled out cheaply, you get to bowl at your opponents in the under the lights, and that could be a crucial advantage. In fact, David Warner in the Perth test in commentary, he famously said that sometimes you actually feel like going out there, get runs as quickly as you can, and declare just before dusk. Because remember, with the ping ball, the dusk is the most important time because that is when batting becomes really difficult. Because the players say that the perception of the ball, the ping ball, it is a little different, especially during the dusk when artificial lights come on, yet natural light has not totally faded. So it will be interesting what teams will choose to do. But I have no doubt if India or even Australia, if they win the toss, I think they will like to bat first. And ping ball, you also have to keep in mind that the lacquer they put on it is different. It's unlike the red ball, which gets old and soft by say 25-30 overs. The ping ball, it doesn't happen with the ping ball. Ping balls, the shine stays on the ball a lot longer, around the 40-45 over. Till then, the ball is still, it still has its shine and still doing something. So, and under the lights in Adelaide, Australia has a great record. Mitch Starc has a great record. Though I think India will be happy that last time the record in chief was for Australia was Josh Hazlewood, who is not playing in this test match, is out with a side strain. However, Mr. Sunil Gavaskar, the great Mr. Sunil Gavaskar, had something pointy to say about that. He said, he didn't show any signs of that in the Perth Test match, and he was clearly Australia's best bowler in the Perth Test match. And suddenly, right after that press conference that he did, and of the third day's play, where he said, when he was asked, how do you think you'd go about the batting? He said, ask the batters. So, after I've bowled the whole day, I'll just go sit with the physio and think about the next test match. That was very unlike Australian thing to say. And Mr. Gavaskar alluded to the fact that does that have something to do with this sudden side strain? My 2 pence is I think it does have the side strain. But in either case, Josh Hazlewood's absence is not going to hurt India. Though his replacement, who is going to be Scott Boland, in all likelihood, is again a fine bowler and has a pretty brilliant record at home in Australia. So that's not a bad replacement to have. Anyways, so the ping ball test match is unique, and it is really exciting, especially when the light starts fading, the dusk sets in. it is interesting viewing. It's really interesting viewing. So now, if we to talk about the pitch, however, uh, Damien Hu, the curator of the Adelaide Oval, he had a press conference and he said that he's first of all leaving 6 of grass on the wicket. So that's what he says is standard. That's what he does all the time. He was of the opinion that, again, as I said, during dusk, the ball is going to do a fair bit, especially if any bowling attack, has the new ball at their hand during the dusk, then it will be very difficult for the batters to survive that phase, especially. So, and he said, whether it is Cummins and Stark or Bumrah, that new ball during the dusk, it would be very difficult to handle, but it would make for interesting viewing. He was also of the opinion that he doesn't see the test match go, to play out for all the 5 days. At the same time, he said that he doesn't want it to end in 2.5 or 3 days. So hopefully, we'll have a very engaging test match and it goes deep. Uh, let's keep one thing in mind. Australia right now, though they may be trailing 1-0, and unlike Australia very much, after that Perth defeat, we have they look a little shaken, and a lot of reports in the press that have come out, a lot of experts and experts, the things that they have said, it's a little bit like a little bit unlike Australia, they look a little shaken, to put it mildly. But having said that, Australia is a great cricketing nation with a really fantastic record, and we shouldn't take them lightly. And as I said, they have great record in pink ball test matches, and especially now that they're a quality side and they're down, and people are going after them. It's so we should watch out. We shouldn't take them lightly, and I'm sure that in our boys are up for the fight. Now let's take a look at the probable 11s for tomorrow. So the probable 11 for India, I think, is going to remain pretty simple. Yashasvi Jaiswal opens. Now the question that rises is opens with whom, whether it's Rohit Sharma or KL Rahul. A lot of people, again, a lot of experts have said KL Rahul, since he has done so brilliantly in the last test match, should go out and open with Yashasvi. My 2 pence on it is that Rohit Sharma is the opener and has been the opener in the last few years and has done well. Off late, he's been going through a lean patch, sure, but if you're the opener, you should open, irrespective of conditions and situations. I think so. My theory is I think Rohit Sharma is going to open with Yashasvi. Shubman Gill walks into the place of Devdutt Padikkal. That is an easy pick. Now that he's fit, as I said last time round, during the Prime Minister 11's match, he played a good hand and he looked comfortable. He didn't show any sign of discomfort with the thumb. So Shubman Gill walks in at 3, at 4 Virat Kohli, at 5 I think Rishabh Pant, because of we would want a lefty there. So 5 Rishabh Pant, 6 I think would be KL Rahul. Now 7 is the slot which is interesting for me, because last time I was surprised, and I think most of us were surprised, that Washington Sundar played ahead of Ravindra Jadeja and Ravichandran Ashwin. I don't see that happening this time. I do think India will go with either Jadeja or Ashwin. Given Ashwin's track record in Adelaide and the fact that he has gotten the Australian top order out before, I think India might lean towards Ashwin for this test match at number 7. Number 8, Nitish Reddy had a brilliant debut. Yes, we didn't get to see him bowl much, but it was not required in the Perth test match. But I think in this test match, the conditions would suit his bowling even more. The pink ball under the lights and all that. So Nitish Reddy at 8. 9, we are hearing that Akashdeep is doing very well at the nets and all that. And to be fair, whenever he have played for India, his performances has been pretty great. But I think India is still going to stick with Harshit Rana, the debutant from the last test match. He was quite impressive in the first inning, especially in Perth. I think India is going to stick with Harshit for this test match. But yeah, there is a possibility that in place of Harshit, Akashdeep might walk in, and 10-11 chooses themselves, Bumrah and Siraj. So that will be the outlook of Indian team. There's not much there, in fact. Uh, Rohit and Gill walks in, and I think in place of Washi, it will be mostly Ashwin. Uh, so that is the Indian 11. Now coming to Australian 11, they've already said that they're going to go with the same 11. Only one force change, uh, that is Josh Hazelwood. In Josh Hazelwood's place, Scott Boland walks in. Again, as I said before, he is a very good replacement. He has a great record at home, in test matches in Australia. So that's one change. Apart from that, Mitch Marsh's fitness is under the scanner a bit. Can he bowl? And if he does not bowl, then do they still play him as a pure batter? Now, therein lies the rub for the Australia. So there is a possibility in which Marsh's place, Bo Webster, the all-rounder, is more of a bowling all-rounder, however, but no muck with the bat. Bo Webster might walk in, or they might play Josh Inglis, but again, with Josh Inglis, you are not going to get bowled, overs from Josh Inglis, though Josh Inglis is a very talented batter. Uh, so I think it's going to be Mitch Marsh if he's fit. If not, then probably they will give a debut to Bo Webster. So that's going to be Australian lineup. It's going to be pretty simple. Khwaja, McSweeney, then Manas Labuschagne, who is under tremendous pressure. Australian media is completely, on his back. I think it's very important for Manas to have a great game. If he doesn't have a good game, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get picked for the next test match. Then Steve Smith, the great Steve Smith at 4. Travis Head, who played well in the second innings in Perth, at 5. 6, Marsh or Webster. Then 7, Alex Carey. 8 would be Pat Cummins. 9, Mitchell Starc. And 10, Nathan Lyon. 11, Scott Boland. So that's how Australian 11 is going to look like. So, yeah, I mean, I can't wait for the test match to start. I think it's going to be a fascinating watch. Australia would be really keen to, even things up. But I think we are up for the fight. Our boys are looking good. And, we'll have a hell of a test match tomorrow. So, guys, I'll see you again tomorrow after the day's play with my 2 pens. Until then, take care and I'll see you.